Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck. It's Wednesday, August 23rd, about 8:30 in the morning, and I got a project today. My project is I'm going to replace the what they call the D seal on top of my slide out up there. And when I'll tell you why I'm going to replace it when I get up there. I'll show you. But today I figured I'd take you along for the ride and tell you a little bit about how to do that. Now, I've seen some people that on YouTube that they replace it by climbing down, getting up on the roof and then climbing down on top of the slide and stand on top of the slide. I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm going to do it different. I've replaced it before, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. But I got two ladders there, but my secret weapon, let me turn you around. My secret weapon is behind me. It's my old truck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that slide in to where it's only sticking out about a foot, and then I'll back the truck along there, and I can stand on top of it and use it like a scaffolding. And I think I'll be able to replace that before. Now, my trailer's a 2017. We bought it in late 2016, and the first seal up there lasted about 5 years, and then it finally deteriorated. Now, we live in Arizona, and the sun gets to stuff after a while. So I replaced it a couple of years ago, and the new one went bad. And I'll tell you more about that when I get up there. But basically, I don't know whether it's a bad material in the seal itself or whether it's something I did. I think it's something I did, and I'll explain that to you when I get up there, so that you don't make the same mistake I did. But I'm having to replace it again, and I'll get back with you when I get up there. So let me spin it around and turn that off. Before we even get started, figured I'd show you a little bit about what exactly we're doing here. This is a scrap piece that I cut off of it, and it's called a D seal because it's obviously shaped like a D, and it slides on a track up there. And the common way to replace that is to slide it on from the end. I'm going to try to do it a little differently this time. But before you get started, it's always good to have whatever tools you need. You don't really need a lot of tools. But a couple hints, when you first get it, it comes shipped from Amazon in a box that looks like that. All right, well, it's coiled up pretty tight. So the better thing to do is to pull it out and straighten it out, let it lay straight. I laid mine on the ground to let it relax a little bit, otherwise it'll keep trying to curl back up again. So the tools you need: screwdriver, cutters. I put a little old toothbrush in there because I can clean out the track with that. And when we get up on top, I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on. So we're getting good up on top here pretty quick. You can see once I bring the slide in, it's only out about a foot, and I can park my old truck there, and I can walk right across the top of that, and provides a good stable work platform, a little safer than trying to work off of ladders. So we'll try that. Let me take you up top, see if I can do this. There we go. See, you can get to this. Now, if you look at the way this is, see, it's got these bumps on it with these dips. Okay, now I'm not 100% sure why that's doing that, but I think part of it's my fault because I was trying to use some lubricant on it that probably reacted with the rubber. And I watched a video on that said to do that, and I tried it and thought I was smarter than I am, and it didn't work out real well. But what your issue is here is this D seal comes up against this lip right here. Now, you don't want anything on here that's going to cause that rubber to stick to that, because if you do, what happens is it just pulls that off just like that. And then you got to climb up on there. And now I can lay on top and reach over the side and put that back on, and I've had to do that on occasion. But what it caused me is that I believe these things here were causing rainwater to leak through in these grooves. And I got water on top of the slide when the slide was in, and of course then it leaked on the floor. So I'm going to change this. It's pretty simple. There's a screw in the end on this end, there's a screw in the end on the other end, And then you saw how easy this comes off. That's how easy it's going to come off. I think that's partially because you got exposed to petroleum product. Now, when I originally got this trailer, the manufacturer had actually filled this thing up full of some really nasty grease. Not sure why they did that. It wasn't an issue up until it failed. And when it failed, that opened up in there, and then that grease got all over everything. And that's part of the reason why I thought it needed to be greased. So, found out later it really didn't. I have no idea why they did that. I tried a couple of different products on there. Outsmarted myself. One of the issues I did is I had some grease that worked really, really good when it was warm. But when it got cold, the grease from here stuck to the grease from here, and it acted like a glue, and it would literally just pull this thing right off. So we're going to get it off. I'll shut the camera off so I can work, and I'll come back to you here in a little bit. Well, this turned out to be a two-handed job, and so I didn't get a chance to show you how I was doing it as I went. So I'm not sure how good this video is going to be, but there's the new seal. As you can see, it's very smooth. So one of the things you want to do, of course, is make sure that this seat right in there is okay. I started out wanting to do this on a cloudy day so I wouldn't be dealing with that glare of the sun and the heat and all that kind of stuff. And of course, naturally that didn't work out. So I still got to come and reseal this across here. But I'm going to go ahead and put the slide on in. This thing's got what they call a Swintex slide. And one thing about the Swintex slides is when you can't put them part way out and part way back in, or part way out and part way back in, because it'll clock them sideways and they won't work. So you always got to remember to put them all the way out and put them all the way in every time. So I brought this part way back in. I'll have to bring it back in the rest of the way. But I'll talk to you again when this is all done. Okay, I'm back, and it's about 5 hours later. It's later in the afternoon, and I got the project done and went inside and had something to eat and took a shower and had a nap. And it didn't show up on the first parts of the video, but we had a storm coming in. That's why I was kind of in a hurry, so I didn't take the time to film part of it. But the storm, it's the remnants of Tropical Storm Harold, came in off the Gulf of Mexico and through Texas and come all the way up here. And we had a pretty hard rain for a little bit. I don't think it was anything did any damage where we're at. And this kind of moved on a little bit, so we're out here good now. Well, I got the project finished. As you can see, I got the slide brought in. My leak, I think I found, and what it was, if I can show you here, is up in the upper left corner and the upper right corner. They had to put a little notch in there in order to be able to fit the slide assembly in there when they were building the trailer. So after they built it, they filled that in with some black RTV. Well, over the course of the years, as I told you, the trailer's 7 years old, that RTV apparently fell out. And so there was those little spaces up there that weren't sealed properly. So I resealed them. This time I used some what they call automotive rope caulk, which I had, and it's pretty nasty stuff, and hopefully it'll stay in place. So I got sealed up for now, got the new D-seal put in there, and having the truck and be able to park right up next to it and stand on top of the utility bed, that was kind of a game changer. It made it a lot easier. I'll remember to do that anytime I have to work on that top up there. I took the opportunity while I was there, while I was off camera, to go ahead and look at some stuff on the roof, and I see some more places where there's a potential for future water intrusion, so I need to do a little more sealing up there and do some other stuff, but I got it done. Got it done, and that's what matters. And so let me just come back and tell you, it's not a difficult project. It's a lot easier working off the truck than it was working off of ladders, and I'll remember to do that next time. And so with that, I think I'll wrap this one up for now, and just tell you to take care of each other, love each other. I'll go check the trailer out and make sure I didn't have any water leaks, but I think I got it this time. And so we'll catch you another one here real soon. So for right now, I'm just going to tell you, we got a delightful rain. We're not having the fire problem that they're having up in the Pacific Northwest, and we're happy for that. And I'll just tell you for now, I'll just say peace out.